Listen, a little bit later than expected, but let me tell you something. In the world of Benjamin Adventures, let me tell you what happens. A lot goes on. I got sound. I can hear it. Check it out. Check it out. How is everybody doing? Listen, like, share, comment. Let's get this live going. Listen, check it out. Check it out. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you guys are visiting with me tonight and checking in. Tonight's topic of what we're going to talk about is, believe it or not, we have talked about a couple things. And the first thing tonight we're going to talk about is checking in on ourselves. So many times you hear me talk about checking in, checking in, checking in. But what I want to talk about tonight is checking in and checking on yourself. Listen, you all know my day job is I am a daytime hairdresser. That's right. I do hair in the daytime, and at nighttime, I come see you right here live on Facebook. Listen, check it out. There's some things going on, and for some reason, I'm not finding myself over here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Come on. I see myself there. Listen. I knew I'm right there. Listen. All right. So I hope everybody has had a great week. What I want to talk about tonight is, the other night we were talking about, being tired and emotionally tired, worn out, basically that your spirit is tired and exhausted. What I want to talk about tonight is this. I want to talk about what is up with you. How is everybody? Listen, it has been a crazy week for sure, but what I want to make sure that everybody is that we are doing a good check-in right now. I've got my screen right here, and it is not pulling up. What the crap? Hold on. Bear with me a second. Okay, I guess I don't have to. Okay, I clearly I see myself right there. There's music right there. All right, fine. Here we go. All right, check it out. So we talked about this week about basically getting on with everybody and seeing where we were, see where we're going, and all the things. When we're tired, when we're exhausted, what we need to do, and what we need to change. So tonight, I want to talk about some stuff. But before I talk about some stuff, I want to remind you, here at the Benjamin Adventures, we are coaches. So life coaches, what we do is we help you figure out your goals, where you want to go, what you want to do. We also try to go with you and help you journey down these different paths to see what is the right thing for you and what is not. We do not lead. We do not. Basically, all we do is we kind of hold your hand a little bit. We kind of push you a little bit, but we do not guide you, because you are the guide of your own bus. You're the driver of your own bus. All right. So listen, saying that, TikTok, there you are. I'm glad you're here. I'll stop shaking the table. So what we do here is during the day when I'm doing hair is I do like to talk and listen to see where people is at, see where people are and what's going on. And so with that, just quickly, with that, I'm going to say, I could hear a lot of places where people are. Okay, I could hear where a lot of people are struggling with different places in their life, I guess. Jobs, work, life, family life, just daily stuff, okay? So one thing I want to clear up and let everybody understand this is I want everybody to understand that we cannot let what's happening in this world drag you down. We cannot let what's happening on the news, in the media, what's happening on the Real Housewives or of whoever, Houston County or the Real Housewives of Orange County, whatever it is, whatever's going on now, we cannot let that get you down. Okay, we not let that bog you down. All right, stay with me. So when we allow those things to bog us down, what happens is it trickles. It starts with our spirit. It starts with our emotions. It starts with the people and the company we keep, all of that. So we don't want to be tired anymore. We don't want to be emotionally drained anymore. We don't want to be at the bottom of the bottom anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about tonight is, before you get such a negative place that I talked about Tuesday night of being so tired, I want to make sure that you all know that it's okay to do, guess what? Some personal, spiritual, mentally checkups. All right, so how do I know if I'm going to in a bad place? Going to, meaning there's an opportunity for me to be at a bad place because I'm tired, but I'm going to keep going with it. All right. So one thing we want you to do is we here at Intuitive Precepts, we like to do we like to check on our friends and check on our peers and all that. Okay. But before that, what I like to do is we also have to back it up a little bit, and we have to check on ourselves. Many times your best friend Ben here will tell you, you have got to take care of yourself. You have got to be a little selfish sometimes and take care of yourself. So tonight, I'm doing a little spiritual checkup, a little physical checkup, a little bit of self-assignment that I want to make sure that everybody understands some ways to evaluate where you are in your physical life, in your emotional life, and also in your spiritual health, where you are in that also. Because you can't keep going forward if you're bogging down. You can't keep going forward if you're allowing yourself to be tired and exhausted and mentally and emotionally blah. TikTok. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to talk about how these are some areas to identify growth and improvement. It basically, you reflect on your faith, relationships, actions, and ensure that they align with your values and your spiritual goals. All right. So what we're going to talk about is how to make a spiritual checkup. I know people get kind of crazy over there, TikTok. I know people get nervous when somebody says spiritual. I know that. Okay. But I don't want you guys to get bogged down and to get nervous about what I'm talking about. But when I say a spiritual checkup, I mean physical, emotional, relationship, job, work, home, gym, everything. Friendship. We need to make sure we do a checkup on all the things. So while we do a conduct of spiritual checkup is we have to be self-aware of where we are and what we're doing and how we are sitting in our realm of modes, if you want to talk about that, or if you want to say that. Basically, we're going to talk about how to do a spiritual checkup, and we're going to talk about why do a spiritual checkup, all right? So the first thing is talks about, I like to Google this stuff and I go down rabbit holes and all the things, but the first thing is it talks about self-awareness. You know, I love talking about self-awareness because so many times, if you're following me, we're looking after for everybody. We're trying to make sure that everybody's doing good. TikTok, we're trying to make sure that everybody's on the right track, and we're trying to make sure that nobody falls to the wayside. All right. So self-aware, we're bringing it back to ourselves. It helps you understand where your emotional and spiritual state, your strengths, and what areas need attention. All right. So what areas could be, these areas of life and everyday life, there's a lot in those areas. There's a lot of areas. And I can't even begin to go down that because that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not here for that tonight, TikTok. I'm talking about spiritual checkups and how to get these checkups and how to make sure you're tired, your emotional stress, all those things. So let's become self-aware of why you are beginning to feel where you are. Why? Let's understand your current state. Okay. So when you understand and you become self-aware of where you are, then guess what? Then we can go into the growth and development part of this. The growth and development means if you're looking at a spiritual checkup, an emotional, physical, all the things, we're talking about growth and development. Okay, so growth and development, if we dig into that, it's going to provide an opportunity to identify areas for spiritual growth. All right, and make conscious choices to move towards a more fulfilling life. Okay, as a life coach, I'll back up a little bit. What we like to do is we want to talk about, so let's figure out where the areas, something's going on the screen, where the areas are that we need work. All right, we need to see where the areas are that we need growth. All right, so we also need to make sure that we can make conscious choices to move forward toward those goals. As a coach, we work with goals, all right? So with those goals, also as a coach, goes to accountability. So first while you conduct a spiritual checkup, you need to become self-aware of where you are. So self-awareness, growth development, Facebook, and growth and development, and Now we're at accountability. Because accountability, it encourages you to be accountable for your actions. Here at the Benjamin Adventures and behind the scenes as coaches, I don't like to share too much of that because sometimes it gives away too many secrets, is guess what? You are responsible for yourself. At the end of the day, it's about what you have accomplished, what you have done, and how you have handled the day and the things that came at you. Okay, so why I say that is you have to have accountability for yourself, for your own actions, and for your choices in relation to your values and your faith. For your choices and your faith. You hear that? You hear that? Stay with me now, TikTok, because I got some good things going. All right, so we are talking spiritually. So, it talks about if you are doing a checkup of your spiritual side, your physical side, your emotional side, all those things, basically, one thing you need to do is check in with God. What is your connection with God? What is your relation with the environment, the universe, the world, the people around you? What is the connection? How is it? How can you approve? How can you approve? I can't even talk. How can you deepen and grow and make grow? And I can't even talk tonight. And improve your relationship with God or the universe or whatever you believe in that you want to, that drives you spiritually. Because I like to, at the Benjamin Adventures, we like you to believe in whatever you want to believe in. All right. So for us, we believe in God and we believe that there's a greater good in all the things. So I don't want to leave anything out. So for me, I'm speaking to myself, a connection with God. So I need to conduct a spiritual checkup. So one thing is a connection with God. It can help deepen your relationship with God through reflection and prayer, also which means meditation, spending time in nature, all the things that I talked about earlier in this week. That's exactly what I can talk about, okay? So the next thing is there's questions that you can ask yourself, TikTok, of what during this spiritual checkup. It's funny because I keep talking about a spiritual checkup because earlier in the week I talked about basically, where we were tired emotionally, all the things. And when you're tired emotionally, it gets to your spirit. And when your spirit is laid heavy, it's hard to go forward. It's hard to go on. All right. So tonight I'm being a little bit of selfishness. Talking selfishness. Sometimes you have to be selfish to make sure you take care of yourself because nobody else is going to take care of you. Nobody else is going to take care of you. So these are key points tonight that I'm telling you of how to do a personal checkup. Now, I'm saying spiritual, but take it however you want. All right? Become self-aware of what's going on around you. Become aware of where you are going. Become aware of how you feel and what's going on right now. Look at the growth and development of where you're going. Look at the growth and development of your life, your work, your job, your family life, your bank account. Your spirit is what I'm talking about. Everything, all of that together, this checkup is about. Find it for yourself. Find it for yourself. So when you look at these spiritual checkups that I'm talking about doing for myself, I'm sharing with you faith and belief. You have to have faith and something to believe in, which also backs up to me as hope. All right. You have to have hope and belief in something, TikTok. If you don't have hope in something, faith in something, then you're just flying around out here doing nothing. And there's nothing here for you. But guess what? There's more. There's more than what we are taking on for ourselves. All we have to do is decide to do it. All we have to do is decide to take the chance and do what we want to do for ourselves. So basically, faith and belief, we're going to figure out how strong is my faith for this. How strong is my belief in God, the universe, earth, the trees, whatever? How strong is your belief in that that's going to get you over something, that's going to make you better? How strong is that? If I'm telling you you need to do a spiritual checkup, chances are you need to figure out how strong is your faith? That's good, right? Because if you don't have no faith, what you got? Nothing. Right now, where you are today, right now in your personal space, right now, what are your core beliefs and how do they guide your life? All right, if you can't tell me that, basically, you done missed a mark somewhere. You can't go forward. You can't figure out where you are right now if you don't see these things. If you don't know where I'm at, if you don't know what are my beliefs, my core values, if you don't know that, you can't go forward. You can't go forward. We gotta have morals. We gotta have our own beliefs. We have to have a goal for ourselves. If you don't have a goal for yourself, guess what? I can't have one for you. Growing up as a child, you know what? I had a great life. Everything was fine, whatever. We were poor, but whatever. My parents took care of me. Here I am 45 years later. But I didn't have the things that pushed me. My parents didn't push me to have goals, all right? They didn't tell us and let us know to really reach for the stars. Really, really, really reach beyond what we can grab. I mean, is that bad? No, it's not bad. Do I fault them? No, I don't. But now that I have gotten older and I've realized that I've got to have some goals, all right? And I'm going to reach those goals. Now, let me back up a second. My parents, you get married, you have a family, you have your children, you make a living, you get a nice home, you keep going forward, all right? So that's the goals that we have. However, I did not understand the goals of getting in front of a camera and sharing with millions of people my ideas on things, because that to me was chasing butterflies. All right. That was chasing rainbows and things to be famous. All right. Like the people that's in TV or the Real Housewives of whoever or whatever, that stuff. All right. So a real job. This is my little side gig over here, all right? So now that I sit here and tell you, I can't believe I'm talking about all these people. So what I'm saying is goals. The goals are what we're saying. So your goals have to be in line with your beliefs, your morals, your values. You have to do a checkup about where you're going. Okay, so you're going to find out how strong your faith is to go where you're going or to be where you are. You're going to find out what your core beliefs are about where you are today and what your core beliefs are where you're going. Because if you don't have any core beliefs about where you're going, how are you going to get there? You can't. You can't get there. TikTok, you can't get there. If you don't have any beliefs, how you going to get there? And y'all know me, and I'll talk about some hope and some faith and all that. But if you don't have faith in something or hope in something, how are you going to get by? Okay, let me get off that. Questions to ask yourself during a spiritual, personal, right here, one-on-one TikTok checkup. Are you active seeking knowledge and understanding of your faith? Are you actively seeking knowledge and understanding of your faith and where you're going? If you're not, what are you doing? Again, how are you going to achieve those goals if you don't check in with yourself and find out, are you seeking knowledge? Are you spending quiet time with the Bible? Are you spending quiet time meditating about something? Are you spending time learning more about the Benjamin adventures? Are you spending time with the, I don't even know, Malia adventures? Are you, this is you. I can't do it for you. Are you spending time learning where I'm going? Your relationships. Where are your relationship check-ins and how are they? Are your relationships around you, are they good? Are they bad? Are they rocky? Are they struggling? If this person is crazy and that person's crazy TikTok and the other person's crazy TikTok, if everybody's crazy, you better check in with yourself, because guess what? Chances are, the problem could be you. I mean, I'm not saying that because I'm just talking to myself out here in social media land. Check in with your relationships. Check in, are your relationship with God, family, and friends healthy and fulfilling? Do you forgive those ones that have wronged you? Do you forgive them from wronging you from the past, for one? If you don't, that's a problem. All right, we'll handle that in a different segment. But listen, is it easy for you to let go of things? I'm 45. So at 45, what I need to do is I need to make sure that I can forgive somebody for wronging me today. If you make me mad today, if I can't get over it by the time I clock out, I'm not in the right place. That's the spiritual check-in. That's the emotional check-in. That's what I'm talking about, doing a check-up on yourself to see where you are. Do you forgive those who have wronged you? That is intense. If I had the way of like flashing it up on the wall behind me, I would. But I can't because I got too much other stuff going on. A spiritual check-in, a personal, emotional, spiritual check-in. Do you forgive the ones that forgive you? That have wronged you? Right at that moment, if somebody pisses you off and makes you mad, so upset, in that moment, if you can't forgive them within the few hours before you go home from work, better check in because something might not be right. Are you practicing compassion and kindness toward others? Are you practicing compassion and kindness toward others? A spiritual check-in, an emotional check-in. What I'm talking about is checking in, TikTok, on yourself. On yourself. You can't get better. You can't move forward if you don't check on yourself. Nobody else is going to. This is silly. Yeah, I feel like I'm all over the place. But guess what? Somebody needs to hear this. I know I do. Because if I am so quick to get mad at somebody in my everyday life, my everyday journey, in this, the Benjamin Adventures, my hair world, my coaching world, whatever. If I'm so quick to get so mad at somebody and not be able to forgive them, then chances are I need to do a check-in with myself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I believe that's what the little comment is. Now, I don't know. Eddie Perkins, you better check in. You better check in on yourself because it gets crazy around here. All right, listen. Are your actions... We're checking in on ourselves. We're checking in on a spiritual area. We're checking in on our daily life. Are your actions and words reflecting what you stand for? Are your actions and words checking in? Are they reflecting your faith and what you stand for? Mind, body, and soul. All in check. It's got to be in check. That's right, Eddie P. It's got to be in check. All right? Are you living a life that honors? This says that honors your values and beliefs. Are you living a life that reflects you as a true, core, good individual? Are you? I'm talking about a physical, spiritual, emotional check-in. Stay with me now. If you ain't living a life that honors what you believe in or what pushes you or what you stand for, what are you doing? The Benjamin Adventures here, what I stand for is goodness and help and making everybody's life better and do all things. And I want to be like a beacon that you see that makes, I don't want to make you happy. I want to make sure that you are in a good place. That's what the Benjamin Adventures is. I want to make sure you're in a good place. So I check myself when I have things to say. Yeah, I get tongue-tied. Sure. Yeah, I circle around and chase rabbits. But my main thing is I'm going to make sure what I say reflects what I stand for. If you don't know what you stand for, again, if you don't know what you stand for, you have got to check in. If you don't know where you're going, you got to check in with yourself. People, nobody can do it for you. Say with me now. This is good. Do you have growing concern for the spiritual needs of others? Ooh. Do you have concern for others? Do you have concern of well-being for others? This is checking in. This is easy stuff. This is simple stuff that is about being compassionate, a human being, humanity for each other, just being good. Do you have a growing concern for people? Okay, so if you're doing some check-ins on yourself, are you regularly engaging in meditation, exercise for yourself? Are you engaging in prayer? Are you doing other spiritual practices? Are you just involved with a different part of life than just what is flesh and blood? Ooh, that's a lot. Are you engaging to get your mind right? If you're not engaging in meditation, I struggle with this because sometimes I don't make enough time for meditation. If you're not engaging in that, or if you're not getting in your prayer closet, and as I said Tuesday night, and what I say always, if you have not got out in nature, what are you doing? I'm wrapping it up. So the last thing I want to talk about is spiritual check-in, physical check-in, emotional check-in, is personal growth. Personal growth. Are you growing? Are you growing in your job? Are you growing in your personal being, your spirit? Are you growing in your community? Are you growing in stars in heaven? I mean, I don't know what else to say. Are you better today than you was yesterday? Are you better tonight than you were this morning? This is silly questions, but it's the truth. Check in. Are you truly learning from your mistakes? Well, what I'm talking about is doing a check-in, check-up on yourself. I can call you every single day and check on you. I can call and ask you every single day, are you doing good today? I can call you every single day and say, hey, Eddie, have you been in your prayer closet today? Have you meditated on something today? Have you paid attention and put effort into your spiritual growth today? All I got. I can do all these things. People can do it for you, TikTok, but you got to do it for yourself because people love you, but at the end of the day, it's about you. You are important. You are important. I love you and appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're here. And you mean more to me than you even understand because I am here for you. I'm in front of this camera for you. I don't care about social media. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to be famous on here. I'm here to encourage. So if you're not reading scripture to get better, if you're not spending time in nature to get better, if you're not, listen to this, if you're not trying to get better, then what are you doing? I thought my life as I hit my 20s and 30s and 40s and now it's 45, that once you get the nice house, the picket fence, and 4 dogs and 3 kids, and whatever, you have a good job, and you're here, that's not all it is. You got to keep growing and keep getting better. You have to keep growing and getting better, Eddie Perkins, because you know why? Because somebody behind you or somebody around you is growing. And be careful because we don't want them to take your spot. Sounds silly, right? Somebody told me one time, and I'm done. Somebody told me one time, there's always someone younger, smarter, more cute, less cute, more outgoing than me. There's always somebody a little more than you. So keep yourself growing, Facebook. Keep yourself growing spiritually, emotionally, all the things. Take time for yourself. Make yourself better. Keep standing for what you believe in. And if you think something's wrong, there probably could be. I guess I'm going to end on that. My name is Ben. I am your best friend, Ben. This is the Benjamin Adventures. And I hope that everybody has a great evening, a great week, and I hope somebody somewhere got something out of this. But what's funny is right here behind me I'm from South Alabama, so we call it a locust, cicada. But basically, what this means is it's a symbol of rebirth, health, wealth, and happiness. It's one of the only things that can change just like that. And you can change too. Just like that. You don't got to sit around. You don't got to worry about it. You don't wait for it. Just do it. I love you and appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight. Sorry I got a little off track, and sorry I got crazy over here TikTok. I'm glad you're here. Listen, until next time, everybody, like and share, comment, do all the things. If you need us here at Intuitive Precepts, let us know, because we will be back in here, and we have a team waiting and all the things. You can find us everywhere. The Benjamin Adventures. Check YouTube. There's some new things on there. I love you and appreciate you. Until next time, we will see you again. Love, peace, and power from within.